Hey y'all. So I just wanted to post this little video and talk about this because I wrote this poem and then I was just, I don't know, I was feeling, oh my gosh. I was feeling like it didn't feel as authentic when I was reciting it on video. So I just wanted to share from my heart what I was saying. So it was titled Moving Beyond the Binary. And when I'm saying binary from my perspective, what I'm talking about is black and white thinking that's so deeply ingrained in our consciousness and in our society that I believe really served us at one point in our evolution as a species. And I believe it's a really mind-dominated way of thinking that was created to create a sense of safety. And I can see where in 1960, we couldn't have jumped into this way of thinking because we were not there. And even for me, as I started to move into this new way of thinking, here's the thing though, this is where we're at now. COVID was the thing that set everything off to go, oh my gosh, everything that we thought was one way or had to be done this way or all these things that we believed for so long, I think that so much of us started to just went, wow, what's really going on? So it was kind of a shakeup to go, maybe the way that we've been doing this isn't working for us anymore. I have felt suffocated. I can remember my whole life feeling suffocated by the labels. And I tread with caution when talking about gender because I do not identify as a trans person. I don't consider myself trans or non-binary. I'm very naturally drawn to trans and non-binary people, and I love them so much. And I've seen examples of this throughout history with different things. I believe that and it's so in our face right now because it's exactly how it's supposed to be, and it's uncomfortable for a lot of people. But from my perspective, they are a physical representation of the shift that is happening right now, away from this really black and white view that does not fit for everyone. And also, there's just the magic and wonder of all that it means to be human, I believe is just so, there's no 3D words you can put on that to label it as a certain thing. And I see in this awakening process that's happening, and the more that we wake up to our truth and to our in spirit, on the other side, in spirit, there's no definite, I'm a Democrat, Republican, gay, straight, bi, any of these things, or specific religion. And I believe as we continue to wake up to this, we're being called beyond that black and white way of thinking and seeing that this is not true. And our beliefs and the stories we tell and our entertainment play a huge role in creating our reality. And our collective beliefs and things that we agree upon create our reality. So I think we're being called to take responsibility for that and what we're creating our reality to be. And the people that have been shunned and shut out and pushed down by society, I believe as we wake up through this process, everything will flow so much smoother because God, or however you choose to see it, the universe, the energy that is everything, that is creation, created each of us in very specific and unique ways. So when we're not forced to, or we choose not to just conform into a system that says we have to, it was okay for a while, but now we can see now that it's not working. There's so many things happening where it is clear that we can't continue to operate in this way. So the more that we do that and let people grow into whatever natural abilities and gifts or things that they're geared towards, I just believe everything's gonna flow so much smoother. And moving beyond these labels, for me, even the label of being gay, I have no shame in it at all anymore, which took a lot of work. But even with that label, I don't really like to use it anymore. I'm resistant to use it just because I even had an experience not too long ago where I was like, I'm gonna experiment with the other side or whatever. And then I was like, oh, I did it and it's still not for me. And I'm open to, I doubt it, but I am open to maybe one day that will change. It could change. And I see it with so many people that feel stuck but they don't want to identify themselves, especially with sexual orientation in this way. And it's like, it doesn't mean that's who you are. Human beings, 3D words cannot describe the hugeness, if that's a word, of what we are. And I just know we're moving into a place where nobody's gonna have to come out as anything. I'm human, you're human. Nobody has to come out. You can be drawn to whatever you're drawn to. You can express yourself in whatever way you want to express yourself. Whatever feels good that day might change, who knows? You might want to, who cares? It really doesn't matter. And truly, most of all, choosing to learn from each other's perspective. If somebody brings something to me and that's not the way I view things. Yep. And I'll take that in and I'll look at it. Bring something up in me. That's not the way I view things and it irritates me. I'll look at what it is that's coming up in me. What is it in that reflection that is bothering me? And being responsible for that, for what it's bringing up and moving through whatever that may be. I hope that you choose to join me in this process of surrender. And for me, even a lot of times, I don't know, I'm a bit younger, a millennial, I guess, I don't know, this weird middle point, but sometimes things will happen or things are changing in some way where I'm just, oh my gosh. And my first reaction is like, oh, but I don't know. That's like, what's that going to look like? How are we going to do that? And then I pause and I'm like, I look at what it brings up in me, I move through that and then keep moving forward. And I feel like as we continue to wake up and ascend as the human race, and I really believe that that is where we're headed inevitably, no matter what. We can grip and hold and grasp and claw as much as we want, but things are changing in a big way. And that's just where it's going. So we can choose to surrender or we can choose to fight, which will only prolong our suffering. So I hope you choose to surrender in this process with me as this new way of being and living on this planet comes to fruition.